For most of my life, night was not a mystery. It was a screen glowing under my blanket, a small sun. Outside, the world went dark, but my room stayed bright. The lamp hummed. The hallway leaked light. Somewhere, a fridge whispered like a tired machine that had forgotten how to sleep. I thought it was normal because I had never known a real night. Then I began to wonder what darkness used to do to people when there was nowhere else for the mind to run. Before phones and lamps, the dark was not a wall. It was a room inside the world, a place where thoughts grew louder and dreams stayed close. In River Hall, before sunrise, Bennett family sat together by the cooling fire and traded dreams like baskets of berries. One saw a white deer, one heard rain inside a wall. One dreamed of an older cousin. Nobody laughed. Nobody said it was only nonsense. They listened because a dream was treated as fog. It came from a hidden fire. You could not hold it, but you could ask where it came from. Around the fire at night, people shared old stories and new dreams in one breath, as if the sleeping mind had brought back news from a place daylight could never reach. And I wondered what my own forgotten dream. At first, I imagined River Hall as peaceful, almost too peaceful, like one of those painted villages on old plates. But the more I pictured it, the less quiet it became. Night had sounds. Wood cracked in the fire. Someone shifted under a wool blanket. A dog lifted its head, listened, then decided the darkness was not worth investigating. Beyond the last cottage, the trees stood close together, black and patient. No one walked there for fun. The night belonged to things with better eyes than mine, so the people stayed near the fire, and because their hands were finally done working, their minds began. An old woman told a story about a river that changed its path after a dream. A boy said he had seen his dead grandfather pointing toward a hill. A mother remembered dreaming of smoke before a storm came. I would have rolled my eyes once. I would have said, "That is just your brain cleaning itself." But sitting there in my imagination with no phone to rescue me from silence, I understood why they listened. A dream was not proof, but it was not trash either. It was a message written in a language nobody fully knew. The darkness protected it. There was no sudden lamp, no alarm, no scrolling thumb to shatter it into pieces. People woke slowly, carrying images from sleep like bowls filled to the edge. A wrong step could spill everything. Later, when I think about my own nights, they feel strangely thin. I wake once, maybe around 3, and instead of lying still, I panic a little. I reach for my phone. The room flashes blue, and whatever dream was floating near me disappears like a fish scared underwater. For the people of River Hall, waking in the middle of the night was not a failure. It was part of the night itself. First sleep ended gently. Someone opened their eyes. Someone listened to the wind. Someone remembered a dream and held it carefully, turning it over in the mind. Then came the quiet hour, the soft space between sleeping and sleeping again. No one called it broken. No one treated it like an enemy. I imagined myself there, wrapped in a blanket, hearing Bennett whisper that he saw a road made of moonlight. His sister says she dreamed of birds trapped inside a church bell. Their mother nods, not because she believes every image predicts the future, but because every image reveals something. Fear, hope, hunger, grief. A question nobody had dared to ask in daylight. In that darkness, dreams had time to become stories, and stories had time to become memory. Then, slowly, eyelids grew heavy again. The fire sank lower. The village returned to second sleep, carrying its strange little symbols into dawn.
Then came the theft, and it did not look like theft. It looked like progress. A candle became a lamp. A lamp became a streetlight. A streetlight became a city glowing so brightly that even the stars stepped back. At first, I would have cheered. Who would choose stumbling in darkness over a clean white bulb? Light made streets safer. It made reading easier. It stretched the day. It gave us hours that once belonged to silence. But slowly, those borrowed hours changed the shape of the night. In River Hall, The Bennetts woke with dreams still breathing in their minds. In my world, I wake with a notification. Their darkness gave dreams a place to land. My brightness chases them away before I can name them. I picture old Bennett squinting at my bedroom, confused by the lamp, the charger, the glowing phone face down like a trapped insect. He would ask why I keep a tiny sunrise beside my pillow. I would not have a good answer. Because I am bored, because I am anxious, because the dark feels empty now. But maybe the dark was never empty. Maybe it was crowded with the things daylight edits out. Strange symbols, half memories, buried fears, quiet advice. Modern light did not only brighten the room, it thinned the dream. It taught me to wake too quickly. It made night useful, but less deep. And the strangest part is that I still call this normal. I say I am tired, then I carry the noisiest object I own into bed. I say I want rest, then I let a glowing crowd climb into my room. Strangers laughing, news arguing, faces changing every second. By midnight, my mind feels full, but not deep. Full like a drawer stuffed too quickly. In River Hall, night emptied people first. It took away work, color, distance, and hurry. It left them with firelight and the soft animal sound of breathing. Dreams could rise in that space because nothing interrupted them. I imagine waking there before dawn, not to an alarm, but to a rooster clearing its throat like an old judge. I would lie still. I would keep my eyes closed. I would try to remember the river, the door, the person who spoke without a face. Then I would tell the Bennetts, and they would not fix me. They would listen. Maybe that was the lost habit, not believing every dream, but giving it a chair at the table. Modern life gives every app a chair. The dream stands outside, knocks once, and leaves.